Hello, friends. How are you all? Today we are going to discuss a story from Telangana State Intermediate First Year English textbook. The story's title is Playing the Game. It was written by Arthur Henry Mee. First, let us see about the writer. Arthur Henry Mee was born in 1875 and he died in 1943. He was an English writer, journalist, and educator. He was the editor of his My magazine, and his notable works are The Hamsworth Self Educator, The Children's Encyclopedia, The Children's Newspaper, The King's England. The story The Playing Game is taken from My magazine. So, our present story, Playing Game, this was taken from his My magazine. He was the editor. Arthur Henry Mee was the editor of My magazine. Okay, right. From this magazine, Playing Game story was taken. In this, we have some characters. Let us see them first. Alan is a young boy. Alan's father and an old man, a policeman, a teacher. Harold Banks, a young boy. Okay, so these are the main characters in this. You should remember these character names. Again, I'll read it. Alan is a young boy. He is the protagonist, that means main character in our lesson. And Alan's father, and then there was an old man and one policeman, teacher. Then Harold Banks, young boy. These are the main characters. So let us start this playing the game. Alan's mother came to the gate to see him off. So playing the game means doing what is right. We have to know first of all the meaning of the title. Playing the game means here playing a game, sport or game like that. And another meaning is we have to do what is right. Okay. So Alan's mother came to the gate to see him off. That means to send him off, that means to say goodbye to her son. Alan's mother came along with him till the gate. Goodbye, Alan, do your best, she called out. So she said to him, do your best, Alan, goodbye. Like this she had said to Alan. Rather, mummy, answered Alan, and waving his hand he ran out of the gate and up the road. So rather means sure here. Sure, mother. Like this, he had said to his mother. So simply we can say that here Alan had a match. Today he is going to play. That's why his mother came near to the gate and she said to him goodbye and all the best and do your best, like that she had said to him. And he had answered her, sure, mummy, I will play nicely, like this, he had said. And he waved his hand and just he started uh, going out of the house. Do his best, of course he would. For Alan was playing in the school cricket match and was mightily proud of being chosen to play. So, definitely, here our writer is saying that definitely he will do his best because Alan was playing for the school cricket match and he greatly proud of being chosen to play. He was feeling very proud because he was chosen to play. He had practiced bowling with his father for weeks now. So he had been practicing how to bowl and bowling techniques he had learned with from his father, and for weeks onwards he was practicing only. And daddy said he was shaping well, and his father also said that he was making progress very well. That means he is progressing, he is developing very well in bowling. Daddy was nearly as excited as Alan over the match, and he promised that if Alan's side won, he would buy him a bicycle. So Alan's father also getting excitement because how Alan would play in the match, like that he was also feeling excited because he gave him training in bowling. Okay, he and Alan had practiced uh, and he had learned some techniques from his father, and Alan's father gave nice practice for weeks to his son. That's why now Alan's father also as much excited as Alan. And Alan's father had promised Alan that he would buy him a bicycle if his side would win in the game, in the match. No wonder Alan was excited. There is no doubt that definitely Alan was very eagerly waiting for the match. This is the situation. Okay. On his way to the sports ground. So Alan was going to the sports ground. On the way, Alan had to pass the little three cornered meadow. That means Alan has to cross and he has to pass the one corner meadow. Meadow means we know that some grassy land. When he has reached it, he saw a very old man. So when he reached that place, he saw there was one old man leaning heavily on his stick, and that old man was just on his stick. That means he bent there and he was on his stick. That means on his stick means he took a lot of support with his stick. Okay, that he had seen. At that time, as Alan passed, he called out to him. So Alan observed the old man, but now he is going to play the match, so he should not make late. Okay, that's why he continued to walk. But at that time, that old man called Alan. Can I help you? Asked Alan kindly. So Alan asked very kindly, can I help you? Like this. Perhaps you will let me take your arm, little boy, said the old man in a thin, cracked voice. Yes, really, I need your help. Could you, can I take support of your arm, little boy? Like this, the old man had asked him. The old man was very tired, and his voice also not very properly. He can't talk because of the tiredness. This road is so hilly and the wind is almost too much for me. So that old man saying like this. So this road was a hilly, so hilly. That means like the slope like area. This one is like the slope area, and he has to walk from here to there on the hill. And even the wind is also too much for him. That means the wind also um, blowing heavily. That's why he could not walk properly. Rather, said Alan. Sure, sir, I will help you, like this Alan said. For he knew he could easily make up what time he had lost by running when he left the old man. So, what Alan thought, so definitely, if even he helped the old man also, he could manage the time by running like that. Alan thought. That means Alan thought that, okay, first I will help this old man. So, after helping him, I will start running, and by running, I could reach the sports ground in time, like that, Alan thought. But the poor old gentleman leaned heavily on Alan's sturdy little arm. But the gentleman was very tired, so he leaned heavily. He took the support of Alan's strong little arm, but tottered along like a baby. But he was shivering like a baby. Okay, he was shivering like a baby. That means walked with unsteady steps. So slowly did he walk that 5 minutes had gone before they were halfway up the road. So just he was walking very slowly, the old man, and just 5 minutes walk that 5 minutes had gone before they were halfway up the road. Okay, so the distance is less only. Okay, but they have reached only halfway, so only 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes just they have reached only halfway. That means the old man was walking very slowly. Alan explained to the old man. So then Alan told the old man like this, that he was on his way to a cricket match, and that he must not be late. So Alan had informed the old man that, sir, I have to go because I have a cricket match, like this. He had told the old man. but he seemed not to hear him. But that old man, his hearing capacity also, we may think less. That's why he could not listen what our Alan said. Where do you live, sir? Called Alan at last in the old man's ear. Then in the old man's ear, Alan had talked like this. Where do you live, sir? Like that, he asked loudly. Up the road, somewhere round the corner, he answered in his thin, weak voice. So, on the top of the road and round the corner, like this, he showed. Okay, but in a thin and weak voice, he had said, I should be so much obliged if you could see me home. You look a very kind little boy. Then the old man said like this, please take me and leave me at my home because you are very kind little boy. If you leave me like this in the middle, I can't walk properly. Please, like this, he requested. The old man requested our Alan, see him home. And they were still a long way off. So the old man's house is still very far away from there. If only he could walk a little faster, he could manage. That means if the older man walks faster, then it will be good for him. Why the teams would be already on the field? So, okay, no problem because already the time over. The match would have started and the both teams were on the field. It would happen already. And the captain would be wondering why he did not come. Definitely, his team captain was surprised why Alan had not attended the match. Suddenly, the old man stumbled over a loose paving stone. So, like this, Alan was thinking of the match, but suddenly the old man was stumbled over. That means walked in an unsteady way, and he fell on the ground. Suddenly, he fell on the ground. That means he sat on the pavement and fell heavily on the ground. Just he fell over on the ground. That means he was very tired. Don't leave me, little boy, murmured the old man. So murmured means say something in a low voice. So don't leave me, little boy. Please, please catch me like this. That man, that old man, uh, asked him help. No, no, sir. I will stay here," said Alan. So Alan said that don't worry, sir. I will be with you only. Like this, he had said. And he sat down beside him. Then he just sat beside him, for he felt sure that someone would come that way soon. And he was expecting if someone would come there and he would give that old man's responsibility to them and he has to run towards the ground. Alan stared anxiously up and down the road during the minutes that followed. So, few minutes he sat there only and he stared anxiously. Stared means looked fixedly. So, he looked there and here anxiously, worriedly. He looked there and he was expecting if anyone comes, that will be good for him. The minutes almost seemed like hours. Some minutes happened, but the minutes are like hours. Then at last, turning the corner, came a jolly looking policeman. So finally, one policeman, he was jolly looking, a happy looking policeman was walking on that side. Alan could have shouted for joy. So Alan just shouted loudly with joy. The policeman. I'll see this gentleman home, little boy, he said after Alan explained what had happened. So after calling the policeman, Alan had explained him what happened and how important now his match for him. Everything he had explained and he had uh, given the old man's responsibility to the policeman, and even the policeman accepted happily, and he said that definitely he would take the old man his home, like that the policeman had said. Then Alan ran like anything. and flew as fast as his legs would carry him to the sports ground. So he ran very fast and finally he reached the sports ground. But the game had started when he arrived. But unfortunately, though he ran fast, the game had been started. Why, it's Alan, said the teacher, who was standing out just inside the entrance. So, just inside the entrance, his teacher was there and asked her like this: Why, it's Alan? You are not much good if you can't come up to time. We have put in young Harold Banks in your place. So, why didn't you come on time? It's really irresponsible. In your place, just we have managed to keep young Harold Banks. Fortunately, he is putting some good balls over. So, luckily, he is bowling nicely. Like this, she had said, the teacher. Alan bit his lip. Alan bit his lip means prevent him from showing reaction to something by speaking. That means he thought of explaining what happened while he was coming to the ground, and he wanted to explain how the situation had stopped him to uh, come to the match. But how could he explain? But he could not explain. He turned away and made his way slowly home. So he turned back and he is now moving his home. His father opened the door. So his father just opened the door. Bravo, Alan, he said, patting his little son on the back. So, bravo, Alan, you did a good job. Like that, his father had patted on his back in an appreciation. But, Daddy, began Alan, but his father interrupted him. So Alan thought that maybe his father thought that he had got success in his match like that. That's why his father was patting and appreciating him like that. Alan thought and he said that, but daddy, I did not attend the match. I did not participate the match like this. He thought of saying, but his father interrupted him. That means his father stopped him. Okay, his father stopped him. It's all right, old man, he said. You see, I came up behind that policeman and he told me what had happened. Don't worry, I know everything, Alan, about the old man and the policeman, everything I know. And I just came behind the policeman, and the policeman had told everything to me what happened. So I knew you were playing the game, although it wasn't on the cricket pitch. So I understood that you might not play game on the cricket pitch, but in your life you did a good thing. So I went back into the high street and bought the bicycle I promised you. So you did a good act. So I know that you did not play in the cricket pitch, but in your life you have chosen the right thing. Maybe if you were not there, what might happen for that old man? So you have chosen correct thing. So I went to the high street and bought a bicycle as I promised for you. Like this, the father said. It's a beauty, and Alan, we are proud of you, your mother and I. So his father said that he and Alan's mother both proud of himself, proud of Alan, because Alan did a kind act. So he helped the old man who is in trouble. So that's why Alan's father and mother both were feeling proud of him, and Alan's father had bought for him a bicycle also. And in the classroom next morning, the boys gave Alan three loud cheers. And that news had spread even in the school. The next day in the classroom, so the classmates and the students, all they have praised him. Loud cheers. And as only schoolboys can, for in some mysterious fashion, they too had learned all about his kind act. So we don't know how they have known, but definitely the school children, school boys knew everything, especially things what happen in one person's life. Like that here also they have got learnt what happened yesterday, and how Alan had helped the old man and everything they have learnt, and they praised him. So this is the story of okay, our lesson, Alan's lesson. It is really a very nice lesson. Okay, so by this lesson we could understand we have to help the others who are in needy, especially the old people and the children and the women. So who are in need, especially for them, we have to help. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thank you very much.